Thank you. We're going to learn how to fight heart disease, but in a totally different way. This is kind of interesting because a recent study suggests muscle health is a more accurate way to predict heart disease than blood pressure monitoring. So we don't have to sit in the pharmacy anymore with that thing on our arm. Basically, we can just work on our muscle health. This is so interesting. So joining us with these tips are David Foreman, our new herbal pharmacist. You were a real pharmacist at one point?
Yeah.
And you decided we're going to do this a different way, right?
Go natural, basically.
Okay.
You know, when you think about it, about 30% of the medications people take originate from a plant anyway, so it's not like what I'm doing is that far stretched, and it's really more about lifestyle nowadays as well, so that's why I'm here today.
I like it. Let's talk a little bit about the whole muscle strength idea. So I would never think that having big biceps is going to be a way to my heart. How does that work?
Yeah. See, come on.
Yeah.
My publicist one minute ago with a short sleeve shirt, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
The beach is that way now.
So here's the thing, as we start to age, you know, if you live past the age of 40, this is a condition we're all going to face, and there are things that we can do about it. But this age-related muscle decline and decline in strength leads to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, which is what you just mentioned. It increases your risk for type 2 diabetes because muscle burns sugar. You have more muscle mass, you're going to burn more sugar, your type 2 diabetes will slowly go away. Muscle burns more calories, so obesity, you know, people that are having trouble with weight. Probably the biggest one I find is, you know, people just start to accept this stuff as they're, you know, I'm in my 50s right now, and you start accepting, oh, I'm a little weaker, you know, I'm not as big as I used to be, you know, stairs a little bit more of a challenge, libido goes down, hormones are related to this muscle mass too. So all these things are related, yet nobody at your doctor's office is really going to discuss it. We just assume that that's part of the aging process, and it is completely reversible. You can at least halt it, if not reverse it, by just doing a few simple things lifestyle-wise.
Yeah, well, let's talk about those things, because what is it? If you don't use it, you lose it, and that's kind of like the whole thing. The idea is our muscles really do atrophy as we start to age, unfortunately. That's what happens to our bodies.
As a 55-year-old dude, I'm not digging it right now, I can tell you. Like, I do have to do this active thing.
Besides getting to the gym, what are some ways to build muscle?
So first of all, I want you to make sure you're adding more protein to your diet. These are actually protein snacks. So I keep a lot of these things on my desks. Almonds, peanuts. Peanuts, a half a cup has about 20 grams. Almonds, a half a cup has about 16.5 grams of protein. You can buy dried chickpeas, edamame. You can buy, if you don't like, you know, snacking, you can buy protein mixes, but adding more protein, because your body uses protein to build muscle. So if you don't have enough of the building blocks, you're kind of out of luck.
And I kind of love the plant-based proteins. People don't realize it. Sometimes they're a little less expensive. They're easier in our wallet. They don't go bad as quickly.
Yeah. You can keep these in your purse.
Yeah.
I can keep them in my backpack when I'm traveling, and so it's a healthy snack, and it's doing something to help me rejuvenate.
What's the green stuff?
Spirulina. It's a plant-based protein as well.
Okay, and you can add that to smoothies?
Yeah, exactly.
It tastes a little funky, by the way, so you don't just add it to water and chug.
It's like pond scum, basically, all right?
Yeah. Okay, so we touched on this too. This is the whey protein. People have that before, after workout. Put it in your shake, put it in your smoothie. This one, I thought it was kombucha when you first brought it out. I said, what is that?
I'm going to make you try it too, and there's no vodka in there, so don't worry. So one of the driving forces to having your body take that protein and actually drive the force of building the muscle mass is a patented blend of amino acids. So the product here, Rejuvenate, is that essential amino acid combination. Studies on it show that people that took it, it drove that force of producing more muscle by over 50%.
Okay.
So so you want to add this to your daily diet. You just take, you like it?
Yummy.
Yeah, I know it's yummy. I take it one packet a day. Will help my body improve its ability to produce more muscle.
Okay.
You can find it on rejuvenatemuscle.com. Real easy to find.
What age should people start taking something like that, like a supplement that would help them with that?
I feel like in their mid-30s is when you're gonna,
really?
you might start noticing it. What's horrible is when you actually do notice it, then you've got to catch up.
Okay.
So I'm all about being proactive instead of reactive. So starting something like this program would be a great idea to do when you're mid-30s. Definitely in your 40s, and when you're in your 50s, you're probably already noticing those changes in your body. We just accept them, that hey, it's just part of getting older, and it doesn't have to be that way.
All of a sudden, that suitcase when I was going traveling, that was a little bit heavier. I was like, oh no, what's going on here?
You're too young for that.
This is an obvious one, but a lot of people spend a lot of money on gym memberships that they don't use. Are there some like easy ways that we can build muscle without having to use these giant weight racks or things that, you know, there's a lot of equipment involved when you think about muscle building.
So these are resistance bands. I got them at a local big box store, you know, so you can do this. You can put it around your feet and use it for your legs.
Get it on Amazon too, right?
You can do squats, lunges,
Okay.
Push-ups, these are all good things, resistance exercise that help that process of building more muscle. Again, you build more muscle, you're going to have lower blood sugar, lower blood pressure, your hormones are going to kind of get back into alignment. All these health benefits come from this adding of muscle mass.
I like it. This is a great idea. As
Thanks.
opposed to maybe doing cardio once in a while, I might do a couple curls instead.
Cardio actually will decline your muscle mass.
Oh, no.
So
Well,
there
then
you go.
I got to
You'll get
counteract
lean.
that. You know, I love the running, you guys. Okay, more information on all of David's health information and what he's been doing, because he's always working on the natural stuff for us. Fox5sandiego.com. Just click on the Scene On tab. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.